have this orientation is because, not everyone has been to a chiropractor before. Some people have, some people haven't. Everyone has a little different story in their mind of what we do, what we don't do. And one of the things that you'll find is my wife and I put a lot of energy into the education around health, wellness, and what we're trying to achieve. So I want to, hopefully when you leave tonight, you have a better understanding of some of the better concepts of subluxation, some of the neurology. There's a few slides that are really key that I want you to understand before you go, because we're looking at global health. I know everyone comes in with some kind of a symptom, right? Back pain, neck pain, headaches, all those different things, and I understand that is important, and of course we want to help with that. However, I want to get the bigger picture in your head, which is really how does the neurology serve the body, and how does the body function off of what the brain and the spinal cord are trying to do, okay? And it's generally not something that people hear about a lot, and they think we're going in for a quick crack to the chiropractor and we're all set, which is really not how it works. So these are just simply references, so if you want anything to read and study, let me know, because I got plenty for you. So, first thing I want to start with is how you feel as a poor judge of your health. This is what most people in America are doing. They're basing everything in regards to their health on how they feel, right? Now, the reason I mention that is because statistically, and if you look at neurology, literally 10% of your nervous system is responsible for perceiving pain. It's the other 90% of the nervous system that's running the human body. So your heartbeat, your respiration, balance, coordination, body temperature, all those things that are happening automatically that you don't have to think about are controlled by your nervous system. And we're only picking up on that 10% of pain, and that's all we're treating, right? And that's dangerous for a lot of reasons. So let's just use a few examples to illustrate this point. And the first one is, how many people go to the dentist? Everybody is going to raise their hand, right? And why do you go?
For the health.
For the health, is that what you're saying?
For your health.
Yeah, but I mean, you go mostly for prevention, right? 2 times a year, 3 times a year, 4 times a year, get your teeth cleaned, make sure everything is good. Because what happens if you don't?
You end up with dentures.
That's right. Right, you end up with dentures, you end up with tooth decay. You go in, and next thing you know, they say, oh, I want you to come back and have some cavities filled, or you have a root canal. So there's a decay process that's happening if we don't maintain the integrity of that structure. Makes sense, right? And certainly, we don't want to go there. How about this one? This one's a little bit more severe, but it's pretty accurate. So heart disease is the leading cause of death in America today, for whatever reason you want to attach to that, right? But that, we know for sure, is the #1 cause. Now, how long can somebody have degeneration of the tissues, plaquing of the arteries, calcification of the arteries, and just poor function inside that organ before they know there's a problem?
Quite a while.
Yeah. So that breakdown can be happening literally for years, right? Yeah. So when does the symptoms show up?
When you wake up and find something sitting on your chest,
Right.
or you get a pain.
Right. You either get massive pain and you have a minor heart attack, or you have a major heart attack and it kills you, or you have a stroke or some other pretty nasty event, right? Mm-hmm. So this person was not healthy for years and years and years, internally and functionally. They just didn't have a symptom yet. Okay, so that's my big point, is that if we rely only on a symptom, then it's not an accurate way to judge our health and how our bodies are functioning and performing. So when I give you a recommendation and I talk about correction of subluxation and optimizing nerve flow and taking care of those patterns that have literally been in your spine for years and years and years, even decades, that's the reason why. Pain and symptoms can come and go, can't they? Mm-hmm. Anyone ever had some symptoms in their body and then they were lucky enough to go away on a vacation, and the whole time they were on vacation they felt great? Right?
Headaches.
Right. Go away, stress is gone, weather's good, sunshine on your face, not worried about what's going on at home, all of a sudden you feel fine. Right? So pain can be a response to physical stress, chemical stress, or emotional stress. So if I spend my day chasing your pain around, yeah, I'm helping you about that much, right? But we're not really creating optimal health and optimal function in the human body. Look at this one. This is very sad too. Second leading cause of death is cancer. Okay? Statistically, 83% of the people diagnosed with cancer, guess what? No symptoms at all. Does that person healthy or is that person sick? You know, you go have a routine mammogram, doctor calls you in the office, and they're very concerned because they have some very bad findings. Are you healthy or are you sick? They're going to tell you you're sick. But you have no symptoms. How can that be? Right? So I think you get the point. And the point is we can't rely on symptoms to determine whether we're always healthy or whether we're not healthy. Does anyone exercise? And you do that on a regular basis?
No.
Once in a while, right?
Yeah.
But in that you probably do, and you probably do that because that's part of your mindset to be healthy, right? It doesn't matter if you have a little stiffness or not, you feel good or bad or different, you exercise because that's part of your protocol, right? So, as corrective care chiropractors, our goal is to help you create wellness. You know, and later on you'll find out that Dr. Nally does a tremendous amount of work with nutrition. You know, I think it's important to focus on some exercise and mobility training as well as optimizing the function of that spine and that nervous system. Okay? So, one of the things we're going to learn tonight is there's two different paradigms in healthcare. One is our traditional healthcare system, which is really briefly is outside in. Everything happens from the outside in, right? You have a symptom, what do you do? Right there.
Well, they usually do with chemicals.
Right. You get something to take, right? You take some drugs, some antibiotics, some anti-inflammatories, some muscle relaxers, something. You know, eventually if that doesn't work, maybe you get some injections. And sometimes they finally just can't figure it out, and they're going to remove an organ. Never mind the number of people on this planet that are on high cholesterol medications, high blood pressure medications, all those things, right? Now, if you're on those medications, how often do you think you have to take them?
Every day.
For how long?
Until you get better. Or the symptoms, or the, I should say the symptoms.
Symptoms
get
are
better.
symptoms get better. Right. Okay. So that's a very different philosophy. So that's an outside-in philosophy. It's a very reactive approach to our healthcare, right? When do you go to the doctor? When you are sick. That's the only time we go, right? So we go, we treat a symptom, you're fine, the symptoms are gone, but we just found out that symptoms are just one small piece of the puzzle, correct? Okay. So, I'll talk about the chiropractic wellness paradigm in a minute, but these are not my numbers. I didn't make them up. But these are our results of our healthcare system in this country. Okay? We're number one in spending. Well, that's obvious. Just look at our pharmaceutical companies and what goes into their marketing budgets. Okay? It's actually ridiculous. Right? Oh, and incidentally, third leading cause of death in America, guess which one it is?
Overdose.
That's right, it's drugs. Prescription drugs prescribed for the right condition at the right time and the right amount is still the third leading cause of death in America. So what do? We still run out and we take more drugs. We rank number 37 in the world for the level of health of this country. That's not good. I mean, look, what do we have? We have brilliant people in research. We have some of the top hospitals in the world. We have some brilliant doctors, right? And we're still struggling to be a healthy society. And you can just probably walk away from this tonight and go, yeah, I can probably name 50 people that I know are struggling with something. Friends, family, their kids, their mothers, their fathers, whatever. So it's very sad, but it's a very accurate picture. So, 5 out of 6 people in a room are going to die of heart disease or cancer. It's not a good statistic. Okay, so we got to find a better way, and we got to start learning how to take care of our bodies, and we've got to shift our mindset a little bit because this is not working. Does that make sense? I mean, it's just not working. Now, if I had a trauma and I was skiing and I broke a bone, guess where I want to be? In the emergency room, right? Makes sense, right? But day-to-day health management, it doesn't work very well, okay? So, this is what we're going to do. We spend our whole lives trained to believe that if you treat the symptom, you're all set, right? But my job as a chiropractor is to teach you how to get to the cause of why your body's not functioning at an optimal level. Make sense? So let's talk about the inside-out philosophy, or the inside-out paradigm of how the body truly functions. Okay, the great thing about this is science. This is right